NEPA explained. Here is Northeast Pennsylvania in a nutshell. I'm Irelyn, and thanks so much for coming by the Living in NEPA channel, where we talk about what it's like to live, move, and invest in Northeast Pennsylvania. We are also a team of realtors and would love a chance to earn your business. So feel free to give us a call, text, or email anytime. Our phone number and email are right there on the screen. Whether you just moved here or you're thinking about moving here or investing here, I'm here to just cover a little bit of the basis of the background and history of our area, why it is the way that it is, and some things that it'll make sense when you're looking at homes and why they look a certain way. Also, the geography of how the towns and small cities are set up and how they are split between a left side and right side, and just some things to do here in this four-season location, which is typically one of the reasons why a lot of people move here and invest here, because there's things to do all year round. So let's get into a little bit of the background and history of Northeast Pennsylvania. So as you may or may not have caught on, NEPA stands for Northeast Pennsylvania. There is about 1 million people occupying it. To kind of give you idea of the spread of population in Pennsylvania, there's about 13 million people in Pennsylvania, so that kind of gives you a little bit idea of how saturated or non-saturated this area is compared to other areas. So it's also known as the Keystone State, that being for its central location. It is surrounded by 5 states. Also, it's very conveniently located basically within a 2-hour drive to major cities like Philadelphia, New York City, and New Jersey. So a lot of people will move here, and a lot of people now have remote jobs. That's one of the reasons why it is called the Keystone State. It is also known for its coal mining history and industrial development. So you'll notice when you go into some older homes, they'll have stone foundation, which is over 100 years old type of foundation. You'll also notice sometimes there'll be like random showers and toilets in the basements. Not to mention that houses were mostly heated by a coal furnace. So sometimes you'll see old coal furnaces in there. The coal mining industry also led to the diversity of the area, because a lot of people at that time wanted to move here, different areas in different countries, to come over here and be a part of the coal mining. When the coal mining industry was booming, fathers and sons that were working would have to clean off and shower and do that stuff in the basement before they come up to the house where it was nice and clean, and they didn't want to get any of that all around the house. So I'll put some resources in the comments below for the coal mining history if you're interested in looking at that. The next thing that I want to talk about is the flood of 1972. Our area, depending on the area that you're in, you'll have to get flood insurance for a home. The reasoning is because, well, flooding could be typical in a lot of different areas, but the flood of 1972 really changed things. So back in the 1940s, we had a dike system in place, and also about 13 to 15 feet of a levee system that was put into place to prevent any major flooding issues. So far, after I would say 1972 and that major flood, nothing really has ever happened like that. There was something in 2011, nothing super major and catastrophic like it was in 1972. So I did a little bit of research of this, and I just wanted to give you guys a little snippet of, and I'll put the article down in the comment section, of the reality of how the flood affected our area. So I'm going to read it word for word here. Hurricane Agnes pummeled Wilkes-Barre and the Wyoming Valley with 14 trillion gallons of water, submerging homes and destroying communities. The storm completely destroyed 3,500 homes while damaging 64,000 houses in Pennsylvania. 13,000 of those homes were located in Wilkes-Barre. In Kingston, only 30 of the 6,600 homes at the time that made up the town were left unscathed by Hurricane Agnes. I, wanted to kind of share the impact of that. That is basically the flood of 1972. The dike and levee system is basically built to prevent things like that, but but ever since then we haven't had anything like that. But I always like to share that because it's something that it was super impactful to the area. Our area is made up of about 11 to 14 counties. I don't know the exact number, so let me know if you're from this area, how many counties you consider to be Northeast Pennsylvania. But for the sake of this channel, I'm going to stick to 6. So I'm going to mostly refer to Luzerne and Lackawanna County, and also the Pocono area counties, which is Wayne County, Monroe County, Carbon County, and Pike County. Let's get into the geography of the neighborhoods, towns, and small cities that we have here in Northeast Pennsylvania and talk about how they line up and where they're located. We are going to stick in between Hazleton and Scranton. I'm going to talk about a few towns that are whiskering around those areas, and I don't have all of the towns listed here that I'm going to name and show you how they run into each other, but I'm just going to point out the most common towns that people will talk about and talk about moving to and investing in. If we're at Hazleton and we're looking up towards Scranton, now on the left side, when I refer to left side and right side, I mean that in the middle of those is the Susquehanna River and bridges that take you from the left side to the right side. When I say that it's split, I just mean that the Susquehanna River is running in between them, and then we have bridges every here and there to get across from one side to the other. On the left side of the river, we have Plymouth, Chickasha, Edwardsville, Luzerne, Kingston, 40 Fort, Sawyersville, Wyoming / West Wyoming, Exeter, West Pittston, and then it'll go up to Scranton, and then all of those surrounding towns of Scranton. Those towns include Clark Summit, Dunmore, Archbald, Dixon City, Oliphant, Carbondale, Jessup, Blakely, and more that I'm not going to name. I'm not going to name all of the towns. Now, if we go back down to Hazleton and we start on the right side, it's going to be Hazleton, Hanover Township, Nanacoke, Mountaintop, Wilkes-Barre, Plains, Jenkins Township, Pittston, DuPont, Avoca, Duryea, Music, Old Forge, Taylor, and then you run again into Scranton. You also have these other areas called Dallas and Harvey's Lake, which would be on the left side of this, and then you have Bear Creek and the Pocono areas, which would be on the right side. Hopefully all of the maps and outlined towns of where they are, they give you a good feel for how they run into each other. Those are the main towns that we typically hear about and think about when we're moving or investing here in Northeast Pennsylvania. Now let's get into some things to do here in Northeast Pennsylvania. It is a 4-season state and 4-season area, so a lot of people will come here year round and spend time doing whatever they love to do during that season. Because we are coming off the winter season right now, I'm going to talk about skiing, snowboarding, snow tubing, any of those activities that you might like to do or might like to get into. We have a few mountains here that you can enjoy and do that. I go skiing, so I've done a majority of these places. So we have Montage Mountain, which is located in Music. We have Elk, and we have Jack Frost, which is located in the Poconos. Those are kind of like the 3 major ones that people will go to and ski at in this area. If you're an outdoorsy person and you like to hike, walk, or swim during the warmer months, we have a lot of places that you can do that, different trails all around the area. We have Francis Locum, Hickory Run. If you're looking for like bodies of water, there's lakes everywhere. A lot of lakes though are in what's called HOAs, homeowner associations. If you are just visiting here, a lot of people will rent out an Airbnb or hotel or something inside an HOA that has the lakes and all of the summer activities. If you're looking for indoor or outdoor water parks, we have Camelback, Kalahari, and Montage Mountain. They have outdoor and indoor stuff, things to do from all ages. So definitely check those out. Also, we have Trampoline Parks, 3 major ones in the area. We have Sky Zone, which is in Pittston, Nova Park, which is in Wyoming, and Defy, which is in Scranton. We have bowling, ice skating, roller skating, just a ton of activities that you could possibly think of. I'm sure there's more if you're related to like art or music. There's a lot of festivals, parades. I will try to put as many resources in the comments as possible for you guys to check out on your own. NEPA Explained is something that I really wanted to make a video on and is a big part of this channel because it's all things NEPA. I will try to make some other videos that kind of go into a little bit more detail and they're more specific, but I just wanted to give one video that was gonna kind of give you just a whole bunch of information that you can grab onto and also look into yourself. So if you have any specific questions about NEPA, moving, selling, investing in this area, please feel free to reach out or comment down below. I would love to answer any questions that you have. Even if you're just looking for the best pizza place, definitely reach out and we would love to point you in the right direction. Hopefully by watching this video, you have a better understanding of what NEPA or Northeast Pennsylvania is. As always, if you are looking to buy, sell, or invest here in Northeast Pennsylvania, please feel free to reach out to us. Our phone number and email are right there again on the screen. Thank you so much for coming by.